Alrighty, hey everyone. Thanks for jumping on. The intention today is just to share from our experience. I have Peter here and Brandon. Just our experience of the HEALY conference that we had here in Bali, Manifest Your Dreams. It was over 100 people from APAC, so Australia Pacific, and all the top leaders who hit the qualifications for the enrollments and also the team volume. And we just got so spoiled. It was so fun. What's going on, Brew? Hello.
How are you?
Going good. Thanks for jumping on. So yeah, just wanted to share what we learned, a few takeaways if you guys have any questions as well. And then, yeah, I'll share a few little updates on a few other things just with January, what's going on for HEALY, the new promotion, and some new things that are coming out, which are really, really cool. So for me, my biggest takeaway was how amazing this company is in terms of how Bali. We're just
Oh, wow.
Pretty cool, hey? Yeah. The biggest takeaway was how professional and how the standards of where HEALY's at right now, how it is just like such an incredible company has just risen so much. Now, we all knew that, but it's gone through a lot of challenges in the past. So they hired a whole bunch of people to get through the fires, as we know, but they put out all the fires. And now all these amazing people can finally utilize their incredible genius being in corporate and all the communication from us to make HEALY like the best company ever, a unicorn company, $1 billion company. That's what unicorn company. So that's probably my biggest takeaway. The other takeaway was it was so much fun to meet all the people that we've been working with online for the last 3 years, and actually like people in India and Taiwan and all these different countries around the world. What's that noise? I'm just going to mute you guys. There we go. Cool. That was really cool, meeting all these amazing people who are part of HEALY, right? You just, sometimes being in Australia, I felt like I was the only one with a HEALY. I was not meeting a lot of the community during lockdown. So it was so nice to see just all walks of life, amazing professionals, brand new people to network marketing, just mums and dads, just normal people. There's a lot of wiser people there, older, wiser people, which is awesome. And, we're really excited to bring in more of the younger crew as, that's the intention for this year, is bringing in more of the Gen Y. So not just Gen Y and the millennials, which is us, but also anyone with a vision and a purpose and a mission. So that's really what it's all about. So yeah, I was just so amazed by how we were spoiled with the flights, with the food, with the training, with Marcus, meeting Marcus for the first time. I didn't actually go and meet him specifically because there's so many people who wanted his attention, but he's just a really sensitive soul and so tapped in that I didn't really want to interrupt him with anything, but he added so much value with one of the presentations. I think we filmed most of it. And I got some of the slides. So that was so cool to see, behind the scenes, what he's been working on and how the HEALY works, and just connecting a lot of those dots, which was really, really cool. The Ritz-Carlton in Bali, 5-star resort, right next to the ocean, amazing food, massages, like we just got so spoiled. And I want to just, say that to you guys, because it was like, these trips are so worth it. Obviously the 3-month competition that we went through to get here was a lot of work. And I can guarantee that the next trip we'll all get so spoiled as well if you guys win it, or when you guys win it. So yeah, that's a little bit from me, and then I'll pass it over to Peter and Brandon, whoever wants to kind of share, maybe Peter, on how he found the event. We can just have a bit of a chat. Welcome.
Hey everyone. Just looking at who's here.
So for those who don't know Peter used to be in construction, and multiple things. Construction was one of them.
Demolition.
When I met him, when I first started HEALY, you were working in construction. I'm pretty sure you're working some job or something that you're like, I can't wait to get the heck out of this job. But you had a lot of experience in network marketing.
Yeah. I was doing a job that I hated, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Demolition was a thing I did that wasn't very long, but radio rentals was the job that I had And that was something that I didn't enjoy at all. But yeah, I was going through a phase of being in network marketing, but not being excited by anything, as in no product or no company, because everything was just very average, same as everything else out there, not really giving humanity anything as a real solution to help themselves and change their life. The way I say it, it's just another pill, potion, cream, lotion, working sort of as a more band-aid solution versus really addressing the problem or people's issues and imbalances. So that's where, yeah, when I did obviously find Healy, yeah, I quickly realized how amazing the opportunity to really help people. And through the opportunity of helping others, well, that's essentially what an entrepreneur does. That's what every business in life does, is solves people's problems for a profit. But it's fundamentally about the amazing product. And yes, obviously we've gone, like Zach said, we've gone through challenges, we've gone through growing pains, we've gone through a phase of getting from being a baby company to, I suppose, more of an getting into that adolescent, we're going from a baby to a child. It's still a young company, but it is evolving, it is growing, it is establishing everything needed to go to $1 billion and beyond. Now, when I say going to $1 billion, all that means is the amount of lives changed and impacted with the product, but also with this lifestyle. As you guys are very well aware, us three here is a perfect example of, what we are able to do because of the possibilities that Healy offers. And that's one big aspect of why I'm so passionate about this industry, this business model, because one of my highest values is freedom and choice. And I want the ability to do what I want, where I want, with who I want. And there is no other business model that offers the ability to come in without any skills and do this sort of on the side and be able to, yeah, free yourself from whatever you want, whether that's a job or a traditional business, and create this lifestyle that, yeah, only this industry sort of offers, the ability to earn residual income and travel and have lots of fun doing it. Now, I mean, the event, yes, like Zach said, everything, obviously that's the big takeaway, is how much the company has evolved, is evolving, is growing, and is setting the foundations for a huge wave of momentum to come. So that's what I suppose is important to understand, that Healy is still hasn't had its huge global explosion and expansion. It's still, about just under $100 million company. So if we hit $1 billion, that's a 10x from here. And it's going to be bigger than $1 billion anyway, but that's the first goal. Now, what did stick out for me, which is something that I 100% relate to and understand, is that Healy is Healy, and we all have the same opportunity with Healy. And why do some people succeed and why do others struggle, or why don't others succeed? And the only key or the only difference is you or me, or, you are the person that is the reason for your success or lack of success. And every one of us has the same opportunity in life, in everything, not just in this. But we have to put in the time, effort, energy to get to our goals and dreams. And only we can do that. And this is where, there was a great presentation by Luciano to, really help us understand that, and help us with understanding why some people do and the traits needed and all that. And that's something that I encourage everyone to, yeah, work hard on developing yourself, on growing yourself, self-development as it's called, because at the end of the day, your income is a correlation of your self-growth, of your mindset, of your tools, your knowledge. And this is where I look at myself across the past 8 years and what I have done. And, you know, yes, I've spent a lot of time and money, self-development, attending endless courses, Kerwin Ray, Tony Robbins, Landmark, David Wood, another great trainer, and Eric Warre, who I've watched endless videos on YouTube. He's got a great YouTube channel of just network marketing stories, you know, success stories, and trying to really understand, you know, what all these other people that have had great success, how they did it, why they did it. So that's what I encourage you to do. And that's what the big takeaway is, to, as much as we work on our Healy business and we need to do those income producing activities and work hard on our business, I think we equally or even more need to work on ourselves. If we're not, we're going to struggle. Well, those that don't will struggle. And that's because at the end of the day, in life, what we've achieved and where we are is generally a reflection of the tools and knowledge that we have. So if we want more, or if we want to achieve something, then we're going to have to acquire greater or different tools and knowledge. And that's simply by growing and expanding. And I know that for myself, like here between the ears, the mind, the way I think, the way I believe things, the way I operate is so different to 8 years ago. And that's why I can literally look back and contribute where I am today, is that my growth and my ability to get uncomfortable. I mean, I even spoke on stage at this event for 15 minutes. And that's a reflection. Like, even when I got asked, I was at the first point, trying to find my way out of it. You know, saying, oh, I don't know if I want to. So my mind instantly went into, you know, our mind is there to keep us out of uncomfortable situations. Of course, I'm sure you probably all agree. If you get in front of people, or if you ask to do public speaking, most of us freak out and get anxiety, and that's what happens to me as well. But I understand that it's those times that I have to push through that uncomfortable situation and get up there, even though my heart is pounding. And that's what grows me. It's those uncomfortable situations. And as there's a saying that goes too, that the people holding the microphone earn the most. So you've got to do those uncomfortable, scary, even though there's nothing really scary about just getting up there and sharing, you know, from your heart and from your mind. So yeah, it's about getting uncomfortable, learning, and constantly growing. That's the biggest takeaway. And that's what I encourage you all to do. And that will change your life, not just in Healy, and not just give you the ability to have, you know, the success, but in all other areas of your life. So that's my takeaway. And yeah,
Mic drop. Beautiful. All about it. Any recommendations on books or anything they could,
I mean,
where to get more personal growth?
I mean, look, I mean, as far as the industry, and I always definitely recommend GoPro by Eric Warre. And that's because it helps with understanding the industry, understanding why it's so amazing, understanding the mindset. But I mean, for me to look back, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill was probably the catalyst that set me on this journey. So that's straight off the top of my head. That's probably the couple that I recommend.
Ding dong.
Ding dong.
Ding dong. He's done. They're really good books. I've just put in the chat here, GoPro. It's an audio. It's also a book you can buy, but it's free on Spotify. If you guys want to check it out, it's in the chat here. And I'll link here in a moment, Think and Grow Rich on Spotify as well. These books, hands down, if you want to be successful in all areas of your life, Think and Grow Rich is a fantastic start, and then GoPro is specific on network marketing. So alrighty, guys, I'm going to pass it over to B, and then after that, I'm going to show you just a couple of little updates, a couple of little screenshots and photos. I'm actually going to upload all the screenshots from the event into a Google Drive folder if you guys want to have a look at it, because there was a lot of amazing content from Marcus, the inventor. Over to Brandon. Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Murray Westcott.
1.2 million for a room. 4 days. Bali, you can become an instant millionaire with $400.
Repeat trend, yeah.
What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? Can everyone hear me? Is it frozen, or people just not moving?
Frozen.
People not engaging? I don't know.
Can someone unmute so you can
say something?
let us know that you can hear us?
We can hear you.
Awesome. Great. Hi. So biggest takeaway for me. So I actually, for those who haven't met me, there's a couple of new faces, a couple of old faces. What's up? For those who knew me when I had a lot of hair and now I don't have much. What's up? So I guess, what would I say about this event? I mean, this has been a beautiful reminder of patience and sacrifice. I think the biggest thing that, and I guess I'll bring you guys into a little bit about where I went, because I took some time off Healy, to be truthful and honest. And my Healy journey with the business, I need to be integrous with where I was at, and I need to give space for what personally I needed to navigate. And I think some of the biggest pillars that we forget about is, obviously, because we're in the people business, we are essentially, we're going to be mirrored our shit, essentially. We're going to be mirrored back to us, everything that we are and everything that we're not, especially if we're not being true to ourselves. And so for me personally, I've had to really journey and be an embodiment piece of what this message really means and what we're bringing to the world. And if you think about it, the one thing that comes to my mind as a lesson and a takeaway is, the bigger the goals you set, the bigger the setbacks you must endure. A lot of people don't talk about this in business. A lot of people don't talk about this in personal development. A lot of people don't talk about this in the industry. So, you know, it's all good to be motivated, but at some point, motivation is going to run out when you hit roadblocks, when you face your shit, when you come across your trauma that is being mirrored back to you in the people that you are recruiting, the people that are above you, beside you, below you, around you. Just the number one takeaway is, you are the lump sum. You are the common denominator in all things. So life is not happening to you, it's happening for you, not to you. And for me, because I took a step back, I really had to take ownership and responsibility for where I was at. It was no one's fault. It was no one else. It wasn't the industry I could blame. It wasn't Healy I could blame. It wasn't anything else I could blame, but it was really just me. It was me. And I had to take full ownership and responsibility for that. So, you know, I don't know if this is resonating for anyone, but if we want to go out and impact 1 billion people, be $1 billion company like Peter was expressing, that's the goal that was being spoken on stage from amazing leadership people from all over the world that has congregated. And we've got, I mean, the CEO of APAC talking about, we're going to be $1 billion company by 2030. No, sorry, help 1 billion people by 2030. That's the vision. And so if you think about that from a perspective of, like, the bigger goals you set, the bigger the setbacks you must endure. From the inception of Healy, could we agree that the company had to go through some setbacks in order to calibrate to that vision, that mission? Yeah? No? Right? So, like, I guess I'm willing to speak into some of the things that people aren't willing to speak into, because I did go into a few, I don't want to say dark places, but I hid in the shadows for a little bit, focused on my own process, only to come back stronger. And I think this is again, a lesson in patience and resilience. Because if you're in this business to replace your paycheck, you're thinking from a perspective of trading a day's work for a day's pay, and you're stressed and you need to make ends meet. But how can you help people if you can't even help yourself, right? Like, if you're not in this for the long haul, then why are you really in this? Because the more you start to think long term, the better it gets, because you start to become more patient in your process. And funnily enough, when you become patient in your process, you're outcome independent to what happens, whether you sell a Healy or not. And funnily enough, when you're outcome independent, when you're not trying to sell something, funnily enough, people actually want what it is you have. Like, there was a story while I was in Dubai and catching up with Carsten, and we had just done, we got flown out for an hour meeting to meet CEO of Healy, the COO of Healy, the top networkers who are making 150, 200 grand a month, not a year, a month. Yeah, and all of Carsten's 2 ICs, all of his leaderships and all that. And we meet this guy who, I don't know who anybody knows who Max is. Max, what's his last name? Glockler? Yeah. Max, we actually met the guy who enrolled Max. And we were just chatting, we're on this boat, and we're like, well, he looked pretty obscure. He looked like he had all these tattoos on him and didn't really look like he belonged in Healy, funnily enough. And so I started talking to him. I was like, so how do you fit in with this business? And he basically, apparently he's the one who enrolled Max. And it was like, tell me how you enrolled Max. I was like, I want to know how to enroll a big leader like Max. And basically what was happening is he found out about Healy, he bought it. Healy was on the table, just like we have right here. And Max is asking, what is that thing? It's like, oh, you don't want to know. Oh, no, tell me, I need to know this. No, you don't want to know. Now, what is everybody else doing? Oh, it's amazing. Let me tell you all the science. Let me tell you all the things. Let me tell you it scans your chakras. Let me give you a chakra scan. Whoa. And what we realize is there's the more we try and become the expert in this business, the more we'll actually psychologically and physically and all the rest cap ourselves with what we can do with this company. The more we overcomplicate this, the more we overcomplicate the ways in which money can flow to us. And so that's what I've realized is the biggest thing is don't be an expert in this. In fact, don't try and be the message, be the messenger. We were surrounded by all these people that, if you think about it, there was 200 people at this event, 200, 300 leaders, 150. So all these people at some stage received the Healy, but really they received an opportunity, and it started by someone actually caring enough to be the messenger, not the message. Because if you become the message, then everything revolves around you. And how duplicatable is that? You think it's quite paradoxical, because yes, absolutely. The more you actually work on yourself, the more you have to offer and the more value you have to give. But it really becomes what makes you you. Because if you think about it, there's only going to be a certain amount of people that you resonate with that no one else resonates with. There's no secret, there's no strategy out there, there's nothing different. It's really just you becoming yourself and you being basically valuable enough to be able to communicate with authenticity why it is you're doing this, why you have a Healy in your life, and what that could mean for them. If you just bring it to simplicity in that sense, then, and let the material, and by the way, we're going to be, it's really exciting to see what is coming up in the pipeline. Like finally, there's resources like year 3 into this company to be able to like duplicate. But soon we're going to have all these things in our life that is going to make our life easy, to the point where all you really need to do is be connecting with people authentically. Like, I'm still connecting with people a year later after having introduced them to Healy, and I don't want anything from them, because I know for a fact that this thing will do more talking than I ever will once it's in their life. It will do all the talking for me. And all the videos that will go come along with this, all the things that, like, we should not try and be Marcus. Because that is, you want to dedicate the next 25 years of your life to become a quantum physicist, go right ahead. But I guarantee you, you won't build a successful network marketing company with Healy. You just won't. So that was my realization, was like, holy crap, there's literally 150, 200 people here. At one stage was literally that someone reached out to them, and we did this meditation where we looked at our hands and we thought about how much significance these things actually give us. With Marcus, is these hands are literally what build the business. And it's classic, but it's so true. The more hands you shake, the more money you make. The more people you help, the more money you make. And so the better you, we got links to Think and Grow Rich movie. Yeah, awesome. Highly recommend that. And you'll see in that movie people who basically went all in with this. Even if you're working for somebody else while you're trying to make ends meet, like, all in doesn't mean quitting your fucking job. I don't know where people are at with this. Some people are at different, like, everybody's at different life stages, and just in life in general, as well as, you know, everyone's going through their own challenges. And I think with everything that's going on in the world, what better way to actually use the device to be able to actually help you bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be, not just financially, but emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. Like, this is so all in one. It's such a complex product that, you know, it literally can solve anything. So I started to think about, well, who is it that I want to help? Who is it that I want to help more than anybody else? And typically it's been the person that I was, the person I had to become, this man I had to become. There's this industry is female dominant, but I'm not letting the circumstances of these stats that people put out affect my desire to want to create more masculine men, like divine masculine men in the world, because that's the gap that I see needs to be filled. Is how can there be more men that are actually practicing not just the balancing of the feminine, but also embodying the masculine traits that the world needs more than ever? And so as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, these are the things that, you know, there needs to be more men. And it's awesome to see a couple men on this call right now. I know I'm speaking to the women as well, but I'm trying to help you see for yourself, who is it that you want to help more than anybody else? Who is it that you think you can impact more than anybody else? And typically it's the person you were, especially when you've gone through a journey that has involved chaos to consciousness. In fact, chaos is crucial to create consciousness. So that's been my biggest, you know, realization is that, and you can't do it alone. Like, try to do this business alone, you won't. Period. I tried. I reached out to Carson, I remember 9 months ago, and I was drowning, and I asked him, and I said to him, I want to do things different. I'm done doing things the way I've been trying to do it. And so that's another thing. Reach out, not just reach out, but reach up. If your upline isn't doing shit, go up above. It's your responsibility. This is your business. This is your income. This is your life. Like, reach out. The support is there. There's abundance of support. And you are the only person that is getting in the way of what it is you want. So reach out, reach up, and grab it, whatever it is. Because if it's the travel, go and get it. Go to the people. Start living it now. Like quite literally, start doing this now. Don't wait. Because we get to create the circumstances we want. And with Healy, that is literally not just a vehicle. Like I made a mission to focus more on the wealth consciousness component of this business, because I think that there's a lot of people that, I mean, even in the past, I didn't even talk about the money. And I think I was basically not helping people by focusing on the money, because, you know, as much as money isn't as important, it ranks up there with oxygen. It's pretty fucking important, and it is portable power. So my devotion is actually to talk more about the money, because the spiritual egotistical component that makes, you know, money bad, it's money. The more money you make, the more people you can help. You know, we're on this trip because of the people that have devoted themselves to supporting us, like Pete. And as a result, we're able to, you know, do this together. And that's, I think, the biggest realization is when you start to make more money, you can start to bring other people with you. You can bring other people with you on these incredible journeys. And I said it, we're kind of joking about this, but it's kind of true. This kind of job is not really cut out for everybody. You know, it involves a lot of sacrifice, a lot of rejection, a fuck ton of rejection, excuse my French. It involves a lot of patience, resilience. It involves dedication, hard work, ownership and responsibility.
Letting go of the ego.
It involves definitely letting go of the ego and not making it about you. And it involves you going out there and actually serving. So go out there and serve, and let the vehicle take you on the ride. You know, you're at the driver's seat. You get to take this wherever you want to go. The question is where do you want to go? So, and that's the thing. That's the conversation that is going on in people's minds. You'd be surprised how much people are looking for what it is you have. But the fact of the matter is you're getting in the way from you having that conversation that could completely change someone's life. Like I remember, like who remembers their first reach out, when someone reached out to them about Healy? Wasn't that like a line in the sand where life was never the same after that? Like ding dong. Exactly. It was a light bulb moment. It was like,
You can knock on someone's door.
you know, so for me, I always come back to that humbling moment whenever I get in my head about what it would feel like to reach out to this person to share this product, about sharing an opportunity with them. Maybe it's the product, maybe it's the business. Either way, doesn't it not change their life if I do it? And if I don't, what am I inhibiting them from and me as a result? I'm sure you can think of 100 people right now that needs what it is you have. But the question is have you spoken to all of them? And if not, why? And why really have you not reached out to them yet? Is it notice those thoughts, those feelings, the emotions? Because that is the commitment. That is the commitment. When you actually reach out, you're going to have to face all of that regardless. So that's why it's not really cut out for anybody. And like, let me just tell you, there was people that are dumber than you, making more money than you. I'm just going to put it out there. You don't have to be wise and smart. Yes, work on yourself so you have more value to bring. But I feel like looking at these people who are making 150 grand, 200 grand a month, I'm like, we were both having these realizations. I'm like, we are way more intelligent than these people. And I think that comes as a crux, because there's a lot of intelligent people that come into this business because it is an intelligent device, is leveraging a lot of intelligence that is put together to give this to you. And we had this revelations like, fuck, we've been overthinking this entire time. So there's dumber people than you, making more money than you, It is fucking dumb. Sorry, excuse my French. This is me being real. It's me. And
Yeah.
and this is what I mean is we've just got to get out of our heads and get back to work. That's been my takeaway from the event.
Amazing.
So any questions, guys, feel free to reach out. If you guys have any questions right now, by all means. If there's anything that came up, put it in the chat.
Does anyone have any aha moments? What are you guys thinking? Doesn't someone want to share? What's going through your mind? Beep, 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 beep.
Great.
Be the messenger, not the message. Of that. That was, yeah. Resonated.
What landed for you with that?
Oh, just like, no, instead of being like, yeah, this is great, this is amazing, you can do this, you can do that, blah, blah, blah. Right? It's just, again, it's overwhelming. Whereas, like, and I feel like that was me definitely, like, you know, when I first had the Healy, I was just like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Let me share my excitement and tell all this stuff with that. And like, it was just overwhelming, rather than just being, you know, a message like, oh yeah, it does this, just playing it cool. You know, it's like, you know, like, yeah, it's like seeing the girl at the bar, right? You be chill.
It's like we're practicing this last night. Is
What?
from America, videographer from America, that this bar that we're at, or this club that someplace,
Oh my God.
this simulation that we're at. He was like, so what do you do? And because now we've got these things around our necks, I'm just like, this is what I do. And he's like, what's that? I'm like, amazing things. I'll tell you tomorrow. I'm not going to get into it right now. He's like, yeah, that sounds good. I want to hear more about it. I'll send you some stuff.
So,
Like amazing things. I got that from John.
Amazing.
Like, because in
That'll be
Japan,
Pulp
you
Fiction.
literally,
Be cool, baby. Be cool.
hey,
that's right.
What was that?
I said like in Pulp Fiction where they go, be cool, baby. Be cool.
be cool, baby. Be cool.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, amazing things. Does amazing things.
Maybe we're lagging. Oh no, Lucy's muted.
It does come up that your bandwidth's a bit low every now and then.
Are we lagging?
As intelligent as you are, your bandwidth is low.
Oh snap!
Just get it done.
Just get it done. All right, awesome. Any other shares? Aha moments? Just before we kick gears for a sec.
I like the idea from Brandon that number people than you are earning more money than you. That was awesome. Just don't overthink this business.
Yeah.
That was just awesome, Brandon.
They're so dumb. Like in the best way. Like they purposely do it.
Simple.
Simply. It's not easy, but it's simple is one of the things that was said. It's like this business is really like, we must not get confused with simple and easy. It's simple, but it's not easy.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting.
What else, Ovi? What else?
That's the main idea for me. This is on my brain now.
Nice.
Oh, perfect.
Anyone else? Any other little feedback? What are you thinking? It's nice to have two ways. Just anything. Perfect.
Amazing.
Amazing. Silence is golden. Okay, so good guys. Well, that's the quick little shares and powerful shares, really. So I want to flick over and I'm just going to log on. Okay, a couple things. Moving forward with Healy, what is this? Can you guys actually unmute your line? Because I don't want to read them. It's easier if you guys talk. Nadine, do you want to share? And Dewey?
I'm cooking, so it doesn't really sound, but the aha for me was, I think what Brandon said about being instead of like overthinking, you know, and like how we tend to overthink everything, and then not being our true self. So I think that was like reflected the time of you know, whatever it was in the world that was happening. I think for me, definitely it did. Like the energy around me definitely affected me, and I'm like, how do I talk to this person? I don't even know, like, you know, their values and you know, in terms of what was going on in the world. You know, with all the crazy stuff that was happening, and then just people being so polarized about thinking about what was happening in the world. So I think that was affecting me, and just affecting everything that I did. And then yeah, so I mean, it's back to being, and then, you know, like with so many things that was probably going to happen, with so much more that's probably going to happen, is just always being like, okay, so that's going to happen, so what, like, you know, apocalypse, whatever it is, right? But just being like, you know, the sense of community, I think, and that's what HEALY stands for. So I think, yeah. So that was very helpful. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah, we create our own reality. And yeah, it's easy to focus on all the negative. It can be very stressful and chaotic. So, but it's a choice. And if we all help remind each other of the balance of that, because in reality, there's positive and negative and everything. It's just our perception. That's really what it's about. Staying clear within the community. Love that. Thanks, Nadine. And Dewey, what was that comment? Love you to share it if you can.
Well, I've just been in the process of studying a lot about network marketing again and getting my whole act together. And but I had realized that I actually hadn't seen or didn't treat network marketing as a real business with goals. And if you wanted to make yourself successful, you need to learn all the skill sets, communication and leadership skills and what have you, but also have the intention to have rank advancement, because if you just have to start thinking bigger. So if you wanna reach a certain level in any business, then you need to make a plan and a goal and set a procedure in motion, what have you. And that's what I'm doing at the moment, as and when I can. So yeah, I'm immersing myself in study and learning from other masters or people like Fraser Brooks, and Peter Sage is a good teacher as well for me. He's absolutely amazing.
Thanks.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, learning is important, and keep on learning, and make sure when you learn, you also implement. So feel free to share things that you're learning in here if you want. And so that's awesome. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. So I want to share with you guys just a couple of things.
What I would like to say is
okay. Go for it.
Yeah. Can I just absolutely? One of the things is that when people ask, you know, how does it work, and it's like that's where I get a bit in a knot, because that's the bit where I feel like I don't know enough yet about HEALY works to make it flow, or like in an easy conversation, you know.
Well, what we're doing now, what I'll share with you now will really help you with that, because that's a really easy, it's quite a common one, you know, people needing to know a lot more. But as Brandon said, it's actually less is more, just like with the microcurrent, using the microcurrent programs, less is actually more. So the same thing is is sharing HEALY as well. But I want to show you guys the email. Do you guys get the HEALY emails? All right, I'm just going to mute someone again. Cool. If you haven't,
yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do. Does anyone not get the emails? Does anyone not get them? Anyway, every month they do a frequency in friends, and this is a live webinar. Put my headset in. Hang on. The life of living together.
Can you guys hear me? Thumbs up. You hear me? Yeah, thanks. So the emails have gotten really good. The communication from HEALY is on point. Every month, if you guys don't know, they do a Frequency and Friends event, like a live webinar with all the updates, the next month's promo, all the things that are happening. And then they send an email out with the recap. So I just wanted to share with you a couple of the key points from the last Frequency and Friends. This is something you guys should definitely put into your calendar to stay up to date. They've just come out with what's called Go Quantum. At the end of the month, I think it's coming out. But what this is, there's a team in Europe who this guy has enrolled about 100 vice presidents, which is like my rank, right? Like 100 Zacks they've helped to create in their team, not just personally, but through the whole organization. So they're super successful. They're like winning all the trips. They're winning all the awards. Like it's outrageous. So Healy's actually bought their training system for the product and the business and implemented it in for the global community. So this is really cool. So this is called Go Quantum. It's going to be uploaded towards the end of this month, probably early next month. But this is going to have a CRM. You're going to get your own funnel that you can build in here as well. Your own website, like all these different systems and trainings on everything. I haven't seen it, but apparently it's just hands down the best. Any system, any training that I've currently done for the 30 days or the Healy business, I'm leaving that. I'm actually probably going to delete that because this team is getting the results, right? It's not about me and my training. Let go of that, and then just let this amazing training do the work for everyone. So when you have your training for yourself to train, but also when your team come in, they train. We all get the same training and we all work to the same rhythm in the song. So that's really cool, something to get really excited about. Secondly, we've got the promotions. Have you guys seen the promotions for this month? So January 2nd to 31st, all the Healys are 40% off. It's 3 of the Healys though. It's not all the Healys. Where's that little graphic? Oh, here it is. Here it is. So, all right. So yeah, 40% off the professional, 40% off the Resonance Plus, and 40% off the Residents. So the holistic and the gold, there's no 40% off those. So that's the current promotion for this month. But the other cool thing is every 2 people that you enroll on the Resonance Plus or Professional, you get the normal commission, but you also get on top of that $241.73 as a cash bonus for every 2. So that's huge. If you enroll 3 people, so here it is, for every 2 personally preferred members or customers on the Resonance Edition or higher, or a Mag Healy within a calendar month, you will be rewarded with $241 cash, unlimited cycles. So you could do 4. So if you enroll 4 people, you get it twice, 6, 3 times, 8, all that. And then for every completed cycle of 3 successful referrals within a calendar month, you'll be rewarded with a Resonance Plus edition on top of the cash rewards, unlimited cycles. So yeah, if you enroll 3 people on the Resonance Plus or higher, then that's awesome. You get a free Healy. This is actually the most exciting one though. So receive $4,228 for achieving a career title of director or above for the first time, valid each achieving career rank title advancement. So what that means is when you get to director, you get this bonus as well as all the other bonuses, you get this bonus as well. And then if you, the next month, if you achieve the rank above director, you also get the 4,000 plus the normal one. There's about 10,000. If you're a current member and you've achieved director, it's about $10,000 Australian as a bonus over 3 months. Or if you've never achieved director and above, there's about $13,000, $14,000 on as they've added to the compensation plan for you. Dramatic pause. So that's huge. Okay, so if you don't know what the director titles are, the compensation plan, the different ranks, I can show you what that is. And there's a new simulation I want to share with you guys, which allows you to earn, if you follow the systems for 6 months and the whole team follows the systems for 6 months, you can earn about 141,000 Australian dollars by following the simulation that we'll share with you another time. That's mainly it on that end. And yeah, lastly, the incubator chat, right? The little chat that you guys are in now, I'll just put it in for those of you. Are you guys all in the incubator chat? Andrea might not be. Hi, Andrea. This is the chat here. It's So the whole idea, there's actually 3 phases. I've overlooked the whole HEALY structure and what we're doing. There's 3 phases for anyone coming into HEALY. There's first phase is a customer, right? Someone signs up, they start learning about the HEALY and they want to utilize the device for themselves and their family and stuff. Great, that's phase 1. And then from the people that are customers, those people then might want to become a sharer. So from a sharer, we're going to go through the boards app and also how to onboard and support your team as you start sharing. Those are the 2 keys. And the people, the high achievers within phase 2, which is this incubator, turning little HEALY chickens into big eagles, right? Is then into the leadership or the mentorship program, which is more systems. So we're going to teach you on the 3rd phase there, the slides. Going to teach you, which is like a new slide presentation. You can pretty much explain the whole HEALY product in 10 minutes, the whole HEALY business compensation plan in 10 minutes. It's like 20-minute presentation you can do with anyone at a coffee shop or online or wherever it is. Yeah, so that's that. And then also how to do the HEALY demonstrations and keep it really simple, and a few other cool little systems I've got for that as well. So there's the customer, sharer, and leader. So that's kind of that is the progression, and we're just going to keep it really simple. But yeah, in that chat, I'm going to start doing calls to each week, be really focusing on you in like 5 minutes. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions about it? The main times that we're going to do is a morning session and also an afternoon, evening session. So Sydney, probably like 7 o'clock in the evening, Sydney time, or maybe 8 o'clock. Maybe I'd just like to see where you guys are at. But also in the morning for the Canadian, US, European time zones will be more of a morning one. But if you're a morning person, you can also do that too. It's probably going to be like 7 or 8 in the morning Sydney time. So it's like 5 a.m. for me or 6 a.m. for me here in Bali, but 5 a.m. club, here we go. Yeah. And all these little systems that I've created, I just want to keep teaching the basics with you. And then when your team joins, I'm going to help teach the basics, and we all just keep teaching the basics and all these systems and just keep it really simple. Does anyone have any questions? And there's no expectations on that first group, the incubator, right? You can come and go, 1 call a week, 5 calls a week, whatever it is. It's just going to be a direct communication with what I'm learning to teach you guys. And when your team want to join, those are the high achievers from that will be placed into more of a mastermind container where I'll be working more one-on-one. There'll be more expectation. That's going to be for the high performers or the high achievers. Does anyone have any questions? Oh, that is another really good point. In the back office, have you seen that there's the new link in your back office? So under tools in your back office, referral tools, you can also go and get all your downlines, mobile numbers, and email addresses. I don't know if you know that in the new reports, if you want to call and contact, which that's one of my goals this month. Yeah, so in the referral links at the very, very bottom, there's a global link. And what this means is you just send one link now, and then they choose if it's Canada or Australia or New Zealand or America or Europe or Asia or whatever. So you just send one link instead of having to send each country link. It sounds so basic, but it's like so exciting. So that's really, really cool. But the key to this, have a think about it, all the people on social media, influencers or affiliate marketers, people that are in the affiliate marketing space, coaches or whatever, they want it simple. Some people do stories or promo videos, and they want to become affiliates of companies, because people can join the HEALY business without buying the HEALY and get all the benefits of the comp plan without buying the HEALY device. And then they're going to get their own link, et cetera, et cetera. So imagine someone, they could sign up, they have a big following, you could reach out to influencers on YouTube or whatever, give them some graphics and help them promote for their own business, who's obviously linked to you, and they just send this one, which goes to their social media, and then people are tracked. Because in the past, you don't know, people on your stories or your videos, they could be in any country around the world, and then you'd have to send the Indian link or the Taiwan link or the Korean link. So anyway, that's another piece of news that I get pretty excited about that. So why they still keep, I don't know, I'm not sure. Maybe they phase them out. Cool. Who's excited to jump on these calls and learn all the new systems? Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, baby.
This week, please reach out to your team and say, hey, we've got a new exciting container. We're going to be teaching all these new systems and stuff. The boys have been learning so much from the top leaders. Share this down in the downline. Because I did what did I find? I found my downline report. Here it is. This is like a 10,000 person list. And it has their mobile number and email. So connecting with people in your downline has never been easier. So maybe, reaching out. All right, homies. All right, fam.
All right. Peace,
I'll see
y'all.
you guys on the calls. See ya.